everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kathy at Attic Treasures, etc. And I'm really excited to share with you my owl journal that I have finally finished. I've been working on this thing for months, and I do have to say that I did love every minute of it. So I want to take you through this. Now, I know that some people prefer not to have a lot of commentary when they watch a flip through, and I totally get that. So if that's you and you would just like to see the journal without a lot of commentary and talking about it, what you can do is to go to your settings. Is like the little gear that's in the top right corner of your screen there, I guess, and click on the playback speed and put it on 2, so 2 times, and then turn the sound down, and then it'll go through the flip through at double speed, and then you don't have to listen to the commentary. So, but for those of you who would like to hear it, here goes. So I have some leaves here on the front. The cover is made from fabric paper, and I did do a video of how I made the paper and then turned it into this cover. And I've got a couple of videos that I have in the playlist for how I made the journal. So let's see, the back has this trim on it that I found at Joann Fabric, and it's fabric and leather crisscrossed. And then I also have this little owl charm hanging from it. It's silver. Let's see if I can get it bigger for you so you can see it. So it's silver, and it's got abalone here in the belly. And then I also went over it a little bit with some Gilder's paste wax to give it a little bit of a vintage look. Okay, this is a chunky journal. There's a lot going on in here. The tie is made from chindi fabric, and I did glue along the edges to make it so that it wouldn't fray. And then inside it has 3 signatures. And I apologize, I forgot to count the number of pages, but I'll do that after I do the flip through, and then I'll put it at the bottom for how many pages it is. But it's 3 signatures, and there's a very heavy owl theme. Back off just a little bit. Okay, because it's an owl journal. Okay, so there's lots of journal cards and tags and stuff in here too. This one says friends come in all sizes, and there's 4 owls here of different sizes. So that's a journal card that you can write on. There's some of these Dollar Tree die cuts, or they're like little wooden dies, and some are embossed and embellished. Has some adult coloring pages. There's 3 adult coloring pages in here that have owl themes. So obviously this one has an owl theme. And then there's flowers on the other side. So clusters, coffee dye pages, everything has stitching on it. Here's some more of those die cuts, and these are embossed in a distressed glaze. There's some fabric ruffle, a little bit of stamping, some music sheets. So lots of room to write, but also lots of embellishments. So this we have 3 envelopes rather, and each one has a Velcro closure, and there is a little card inside with some paper on the back if you want to write on it. Little secret messages to yourself. So these are handmade envelopes with some of the Tim Holtz collage paper over music sheet. Not all music, well, from a music magazine with music sheets in it. And like I said, they all have a journal card. This journal also has quite a bit of feathers, just because I thought they would look kind of cool in an owl journal. I do have a video of how I made this. It's one of these waterfall tags, and it's got leaves on the top and on the bottom, and they just lift up, and then there's place to journal on the back. Then we have a couple, here's a little Tim Holtz journal card, and then another Tim Holtz just card. You can put some paper on the back of it if you want to. This is a tea bag that I embellished with napkin and mushroom stickers and some fabric ruffle there. And then this is a pocket. It's actually opens all the way through, but I didn't put the tag all the way through because it's not long enough. And then I just used some letters to spell owl and give her a little necklace. And then inside is a tag, and I have it positioned this way because this makes it look like a crown. And so this is one of those Dollar Tree die cuts that I have embossed in silver, and put an owl on there, and then some room to write on the back. I love her. I think she's adorable. Okay, so more owls here. This opens up. This is from a book of the Vancouver. And there's a bunch of paintings from different artists, and this was one of the paintings. And so each side has a pocket. And so there's a journal card here that's sewn around, room to write. And there are lots of little sayings throughout the journal from an owl book that I had that was owls from, of all different, there were like drawings and photographs, and just the whole book was about owls, and I cut out a lot of the illustrations and a lot of the poetry that was in there too. Here's one of them that was from that book, and it looks like he's trying to read right here by the light of this lantern that a mole is holding. So leaves on the back and place to write, and it just tucks inside that pocket. And this is just some handmade paper from Nepal that I folded up and am putting behind this little tuck spot there. And then there's another tag here with an owl and some mushrooms. And then this is a bag that I made. I made a whole bunch of these, and I did a video. They're made from parchment paper that I put clusters and stuff on. And then some just trim and die cut flowers, a butterfly that I made with alcohol ink. And I did a video on this peekaboo owl as well. So he opens up like that. And this comes up, and there's a Shakespearean play right here from Hamlet, and that's why he's called a barred owl. So that's my little pun. So I just love the way that turned out. Little notepad, little scrappy notepad here with the top is made from a masterboard. And then since this owl here, that's from that owl book as well, and since there are a bunch of playing cards there, I took a couple of some cards from a deck of cards. They're the Ace of Spades and the Ace of Hearts, and I just did some collaging on the front and on the back with some embossed owls and mushrooms. So I like the way those came out. More of this handmade paper. This journal card I thought looked really interesting and fun. So they're on ice skates, and they got their dinner and ready to go eat their dinner. But I just thought this was really interesting. This is again from that owl book, and I like the way they're dressed and the looks on their faces. Let me see. Okay, and this is a tag. This is the end of the first signature. So she's sitting on this owl, and then on the back, a saying from an old vintage desk calendar. It says, "We must treat ideas somewhat as though they were baby fish. Throw thousands out into the waters. Only a handful will survive, but that's plenty." and that's by somebody named Anne Haywood, and I'm not sure who she is. And this is napkin on the back, and then the book that I took a lot of the illustrations from had a lot of, this is like a little motif that repeated throughout the book. Okay, so this is the beginning of the second signature. More feathers. Can you see enough? And then this is a little envelope that I made. Henry David Thoreau says, "I rejoice that there are owls." Oh, and in between the signatures, I put some more of this fabric from a chindi rag, just kind of ruffled it and tucked it in there just to kind of close up the gap between the signatures. This is a collage that I did and then covered with napkin, and I did take a picture of it and made some copies, so you might see more of this throughout the journal. And then this owl looked like he needed a crown, so I put one there, and then an embossed butterfly. And then on this side we have a formal solemn owl, and this is a waterfall notepad with some of the handmade paper and some very vintage book in a language that I don't speak, so I don't know what it is, but it looked cool. And then a couple of little journal cards here. This guy is from a photograph that I have that I found at an antique store, but I thought he looked good with this poem that says, "There was an old man with a beard who said, 'It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard.'" And I wished I could have found a way to make it look like he had nests in his beard, but I didn't. So anyway, and then some more random things. Here is just a little tag, a little bird on it. And this is from Edith Holden, as is this part. This is some more of the handmade paper from Nepal. Paper and envelope. And a little belly band here. And then here's another part of the poem or handwriting from Edith Holden. And then I made this little notebook to go in this snowy owl that I turned into a tuck spot. And then this is has 1, 2, 3 pockets. So more tags, and these just have mushrooms and flowers on the front, places to write on the back. And then this little envelope opens up, and then there's a little journal card inside. So lots of little secret tuck spots. Here's a fan that I made. Oh, this is a vintage shorthand book. So this is a fan that I made with some feathers and some gold or leaves that I embossed in gold. And then each one of these little openings has a different little owl inside. And I put these jewels on because I thought they were pretty, but also it makes it easier to take the tags in and out. So whoever ends up with this journal will have fun with that. Just some more decoration, collaging. So here's another one of the adult coloring books, and so there's a few owls hidden inside there. And I really liked this illustration, an owl flying at night. And that's just the back. And then here's the other side of that page with another owl there. Some clusters. This is a tea bag that I filled with hydrangea leaves or hydrangea blossoms and lavender. And then this is from the T. It says, live a life steeped in experiences. And then this little dangle was given to me, sent to me in Happy Mail by a subby. So, hi Judy, thank you. And here's my, this is just a paper ruffle that I had laying around, and this was also sent by my subby as well, this trim. And so I just put this napkin part here because I thought it looked good coming up from the stem. These leaves were made from wax paper that I had sprayed ink on in the process of doing another project. And then I die cut them using Tim Holtz leaf fragments die, and I thought they came out really pretty. Some more of that trim and a flower. Here's another little tag or bookmark, actually, since there's some books down here, and he's got some glasses hanging there. And then a paper clip, a hidden paper clip that I made right here. And then another tag, place to write on the back, and then some more of the leaf fragments. And then this is the end of the second signature. And then here's a picture of an owl. There was in this one of the books that I have is Sibley's Their Life, Their Ways, Their World. And there was a whole page of the same owl, but with different ways that it can turn its head. And I like the way that it had the head upside down. And owls can't move their eyes inside their sockets, so their heads can turn almost 360 degrees. It's because that's how they can see around them. It says the world is better upside down. And that's another journal card or journal spot on the other side. I have it covered with some handmade paper. I didn't make it. It's from Nepal. I found a book of handmade paper, and a lot of that paper came from there. And then here's the third signature. And then again, I've got this ruffle in the center. It says, O was an obstinate owl who could have been quite a nice fowl, but she spoiled her eyesight reading novels at night. Now she ogles at you with a scowl. So I thought these two illustrations looked really good together, especially with that poem. And then here's a little envelope, and I just put some feathers in there. Here's an owl that I use as a belly band. And more feathers here, another one of those leaf fragments. And space to write on the back. Here's where I said you might see some more of that collage. This is, I printed it out on photo paper and use it here as a text spot. And then this, again, this is just some of that handmade paper that I was telling you about with a wax seal. And I just made it into like a tuck spot so that you could open it and write on the paper. There's another owl here. This is a matchbook notepad. And so there's several little pieces of the handmade paper in here to write on. Now, again, this is from Audubon, the book, his book of birds. I couldn't decide which side I wanted to use more, so I used them both and hinged it in. Some more collaging with napkin. This is my owl sightings, and then this is from a bird book with all the different kinds of owls in the area, and you can check them off if you see them. And this adult coloring book has lots of owls in it, so in the tree. Paper ruffles here, copy dyed paper. More napkin. The owl and the pussycat. You still see? There's an owl right here, and I collaged on some flowers there. The other side of that copy dyed paper, and then just some collaging here with, this is the African Scops owl, so, and how it normally looks, and then what it looks like when it's threatened. So he makes himself big. And then you can see more of the owls in that page. And I like the look on this one's face, sort of pensive. And then this is one thing I did a video on. This is, it lifts up and it becomes a 3D, almost, I guess I want to call it like a diorama. So you can see through there. So if this journal ends up in your hands, you don't lift it straight up. You kind of lift and push like that. So this will be in my Etsy shop in the next day or so, but we're having a garage sale tomorrow, and I don't think I can get it listed probably until maybe Sunday afternoon or Monday. Today is, it's Friday, but the video won't post until tomorrow. And another little owl here, little butterfly. And then this, I have some journal cards in here. So there's one there, and this opens. And then this one is a snowy owl. And I love the look on his face. That's why I said be brave. He looks brave, doesn't he? And placed it right on the back. This is actually from a greeting card that I found in a book that I bought at the thrift store. So I made a journal card out of it, like we do when we're crafting. And then I like this one too, Choose to Shine. So I've got a gold owl here, put a crown on him. And then the saying on the back from Eleanor Roosevelt, remember always that you have not only the right to be an individual, you have an obligation to be one. You cannot make any useful contribution in life unless you do this. And I just thought that was really cool. She said a lot of good things. One of them was, it is better to be alone than to be poorly accompanied. Told that to my girls. Okay, and then this is the last of the signature, the third signature here. And that's the end of the journal. So there you go. Like I said, I will count all the pages and put that down below so that you can see how many pages it is. And I will post the videos that I used in making this journal in the playlist that will be at the end of this video. So I hope you liked this, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And I would love to hear your comments about this journal and what you liked about it, or any comments that you might have. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here and for watching my channel and supporting my channel. It really means a lot to me. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Let the serendipity find you, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.